But look, back to the comedy. I've got a few questions here. Well, we were talking about waterboarding and stuff. Shout out to George W. Bush.
Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, wild. So you grew up in Opelika, right?
Yes.
And you worked a bunch of different like blue collar jobs before you got into comedy.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're all blue collar. Yeah, I mean, it's retail and it's it's restaurants.
How
But
many
yeah.
jobs did you have?
Well, I worked my very first job. I only did it one day, but I was pulling skeet at a place. I was the guy who pulled the machine back, and then they go pull, and then I
clay
do it.
pigeons,
Yeah.
not that kind of skeet. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm tracking.
Well, yeah, we called that skeet, and then skeet took on a whole
Whole
different
nother,
thing.
yeah.
And but yeah, it never felt right to call it clay pigeons. I was like,
It sounded too fancy.
yeah, I'm like,
don't
who
it?
am I? Clay pigeons?
You're in Opelika, Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, and you pull. I mean, we didn't even have that. This was a hunting club. We had the
metal
plastic
one.
thing that you
yeah.
throw out.
Well, you see, the
Yep.
plastic one, though, those metal ones, boy, you want to lose a hand.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
lose
the
a hand
metal
in that
one's very hard. I was a skinny kid, and I'm pulling it. They're going pull. I'm like, I'm trying, buddy.
Yeah.
And but then I worked at like a Hickory Hams, honey baked hams kind of
Yeah.
thing. It was called Hickory Hams, but it was. And then I worked at Western Sizzling. I was a waiter at Western Sizzling.
I
And
can
then-
see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Brother, I can see you wearing it.
Yeah. 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 I
Wearing
mean,
the apron.
had an apron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And,
color was the apron?
It's probably maroon or
Yeah.
green. I think
Yeah, I
that was
could
the
s- I could
Western
see that,
Sizzling
yeah.
colors.
We still have one in Savannah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What
Savannah.
color are the aprons?
Man, I hadn't been in there forever, but it's over in Pooler, Georgia, over by Savannah.
Oh, Pooler. You know,
Yeah.
I sold pesticides at some point in life, and I had a Home Depot and a Lowe's that I called on in Pooler, Georgia.
Yeah, right there on Pooler Parkway off by the
And that
airport.
was my least favorite Home Depot was the one in Pooler, Georgia.
in that Walmart
Why?
parking lot.
Yeah,
It's
there was
awful.
a manager named Tammy that worked there, and she hated me.
Tammy was a bitch.
She not to everyone, but to me, she was.
Hold on. I got it. Hold on. When did you sell these pesticides?
This would have been
Mid
when-
2000s?
Well, yeah, but when I had that store, and she might have been there then, but when I had that store, it was 2008 to 2012.
I know, Tammy. I used to sell Frito-Lay potato chips, and
Ah.
that Home Depot was, and if I'm not mistaken, it might have been. We'll talk off camera about this person.
Was she
Well-
mean to you?
No, she loved me because I gave potato chips, and I'd give her potato chips. I've always gave my
Was she a
people
bigger
at that
girl?
back door. You had to go through this back door back there, and I would bring the potato chips in, and I'd give them free
Was
potato
Tammy
chips.
a bigger girl?
No.
No,
She
Tammy
was
was,
a-
Really?
fairly attractive.
Yeah, smaller lady.
Really?
But this is
What
the
did you
thing.
do to
well,
her?
I sold pesticides for one company, and before I took over Pooler, there was another guy there, and I think he was bad at his job. And then the competition guy was really good at his job. Really good-looking guy, muscular, named Andy, really good at his job. And yeah, and but
Definitely
you
not
know,
that
so
guy.
I took over, and they already hated me. And then I never could win her over. Some of the other people I won over, but I never won over Tammy.
Do you ever think about her when you have success in life now? You're like, I hope
Yeah.
Tammy sees
A matter
this.
of fact, I was just driving. I was driving from some part of Georgia, Macon, Georgia, to Charleston, South Carolina, and we went through Pooler.
Yeah.
And so I stopped into the Home Depot because I wanted to see if Tammy was working, and I really just wanted to say hey. But I wanted also, deep down, wanted her to see that things are going well for me. And the people in Home Depot acted so weird about it. I go, hey, does Tammy still work here? And I got several different answers from different people. Some people said yes. Some people said no, she's at a different store now. Some people acted like I was the FBI. It was so...
Is Tammy on a watch list?
I don't know. It was so weird how they reacted to me. And...
Do you have backstory to this?
No, I mean, I had a good I'm 99% sure I know exactly who you're talking about because we had a young, probably middle-aged lady, probably late 40s, early 50s was the lady, maybe in late 30s even. I mean,
Yeah.
but she looked like a smoker, so you don't really
Yeah.
know. But she was sweet to me. I mean,
Now the Pooler Lowe's loved me. I was their favorite guy. The Rincon, Georgia, they loved me. But that Pooler Home Depot, man.
Boy, yeah.
They
Did you ever go over to Carrie Hilliard's right there in the parking lot and eat you a little lunch?
I don't think so.
Boy.
I think when I was in Pooler, I got out of there
As quick as possible.
fast as I could. They hated me.
Yeah. There's a Western Sizzling though right down the street from it.
What got you out of doing odd end jobs like that into comedy? Like, what was your inspiration?
Well,
to
I
jump
was
in?
selling pesticides, and then I started doing comedy a little bit in Charleston, and I wanna, and I never thought about doing it full time. It never occurred to me. I was like, this is just a fun hobby for me.
Now, what year are we talking?
2008. 2008 is when I really started to do it.
Back during the MySpace days.
Yeah.
So social media wasn't even a thing.
But I even did it a couple of times back in 2004. I was doing improv back then, so I did a little stand-up, but it was not very fun to me back then. It was too terrifying. I was just trying to memorize everything, and I don't know. I hated it. I was like, I don't like this. So 2008, I really started to do it. And then 2011, I won a competition. And I was like, I made $1,000. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I could do something with comedy. And then 2012, I quit drinking. And then I figured out how to quit selling pesticides. And then I started to pursue comedy. And then 2014, I moved to Nashville, went full-time comedy. And I never looked back.
Huh. Who is like your biggest inspirations in comedy?
Well, I liked Mitch Hedberg a lot. Mitch Hedberg's Strategic Grill Location specifically. That album, really good. And I like the Steve Martin album, Let's Get Small. I like weird comedy. When I was growing up, I liked all the blue-collar stuff. I liked Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall. Love that stuff when I was growing up. And then Blue Collar Comedy Tour came out at early 2000s, and I liked that. But it was really those weird guys in comedy that I really liked. So
Right.
I feel like I got kind of a blend of blue collar and weird comedy. That's what I like. I'm a little too weird for the county fair crowd. But I do great in, Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, because Charleston's a weird place, an artsy place.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned to do comedy. When the road comics would come through, we would all make fun of them. And then I started doing road comedy and saw how hard it was. And then I gained a lot of respect for the road comics because it's hard. It's hard to go into some random small town where people have worked hard all day and make them laugh with your little quirky material. So you got
back then, how in the, like, we've gotten so far. I mean, like, I grew up in that era too, right? But I don't even, like, social media has taken over so much. Like, that's how you advertise now. How in the world would you advertise that you're coming to a city?
Well, by the time I was doing it full time, 2014 or so, social media was going.
Jump on Facebook. And,
Facebook, but even
but the
then,
algorithm wouldn't push out like that.
No, it
back
was
then.
still a struggle. I mean, you would still try to, I still do radio, but radio was a big thing. Newspapers, any kind of little local print. Back in the day in Charleston, I mean, if we could get in the Charleston City paper, then we would sell some tickets.
Yeah. The Connect in
Yeah.
Savannah was the big one.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if you can get in the Connect.
I did
But
some
you-
of those Savannah gigs too.
Warm
some of those,
Slow
yeah.
or those like bars and stuff.
Yeah.
And you had Chuck's Bar and everything. And
Yeah, I did some open mics down there.
yeah,
I knew
so
a couple of those
if you
guys.
could get into the Connect, that if they listed your name in the Connect that you were going to be playing, that you're
Yeah.
going to be doing stand up at Chuck's Bar on Tuesday night, like you felt like you made it at
Yeah.
that point.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like the Charleston City paper was our local thing. And yeah, if you could get in there, you could sell some tickets. But yeah, I mean, it was a struggle. I mean, I was like doing, I felt like I was top dog in Charleston by the time I left. And then find myself as a feature comic in Johnson City, Tennessee at the Comedy Zone at the Holiday Inn. And I'm bombing for 12 people. And I'm like, well, I've decided this is going to be my career. So I don't know what to do now.
So when you decide that it's going to be your career, that's when you start like finding struggles and
Yeah,
stuff, right?
but you go, you just go, all right, well, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to figure it out. And I figured out how to do the weird kind of comedy I like to do, but also make it relatable to, everyday people who aren't into all this weird stuff,
Yeah.
So I can talk about jobs and, but because I've had a lot of jobs. I worked at Office Depot as a stocker. I sold pesticides. I waited tables. Western Sizzling twice. I worked there.
How many jobs did you have? Have you ever counted them up? Because I did not too long ago. Like I'm ADHD to the max, right?
Yeah.
So before I went in the military at 21, so from the time that I was 16 to 21, I had, I think, 22 jobs or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like, yeah, some of them I got fired, some of them I quit. You know, it's just
Well, I don't know that I had so many, not like that, because it was hard for me to get jobs. People would not hire me.
Really?
So when I got the job, I was like, I got to hang on to this. I don't know if I didn't interview well or what, but I just could not get jobs.
right.
So and I joined the Army one time. And
Did you really?
Yeah, and then I took my physical, I did the whole thing, and I got the initial kind of swearing in, and then I got home, and my recruiter had, I told him that I smoked weed, and he helped me, figure out how to pass the drug test. And then he told me when I got back, he goes, I probably shouldn't tell you this. He goes, but I know you like to smoke weed. And he goes, you're going to get shipped off in 30 days, and they're going to drug test you again. So if you want to do it,
Today's the day.
do it tonight. And then that night I got arrested for weed and alcohol. And so I never went into the Army.
Wow.
And but I would have been in boot camp.
You went ham that night.
Oh, yeah.
What year was this?
This was 2001. I would have been in boot camp when September 11th happened.
Oh,
and
wow.
my whole mentality,
Yeah.
I was not, sometimes people hate when I say, but I wasn't trying to be a hero. I was honestly trying to get out of my hometown, trying to get some free college, trying to make a little money.
Same story with why I joined the Army.
Yeah, trying to see a little bit of the world. And then I would have gone to war probably, which I don't know that I'm suited for.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
I
and-
still don't know why I joined the Air Force. Then hell, I did it for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why I stayed in. It's
Yeah.
wild.
But I had a whole plan too, right? I was going to be, I was going to go airborne. So that's how I was going to make a little signing bonus, was going airborne, Fort Benning. And then I was going to be a cook in the Army. So I had this whole plan that I'm going to learn to cook and I'm going to make some money. And then when I get out, go to culinary school, maybe open my own restaurant.
Jumping out of planes with spatulas
Yeah.
and an apron on.
Well, the airborne was just, I didn't want to do it, but they were like, if you go airborne, you get this extra money.
He has like
I go,
5 or 10 grand.
Yeah,
that
so
Have you ever
yeah.
skydived?
No. I mean,
It's-
I was just,
that one night.
I was just desperate really to get out. I mean, my hometown's not bad. When I go
Fella
back,
got high as a kite, but he never skydived.
No.
You know.